Mr. President, all dignitaries present, comrades and friends, I'd like to begin with two simple messages. The President of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, thank you for unhesitatingly according to Pravin Gordhan an official state funeral. You read history correctly and appreciate the relevance of the model that PG is even in present-day South Africa, and that is incorruptible and driven by the goal of a South African nation at peace with itself. To Vanida, Pravin's comrade-in-arms, Anisha, Riesha, and the extended Gordhan family, take solace from the outpouring of tribute from within South Africa and the international community. Take comfort from the knowledge that Pravin became larger than life because you stood by him, you suffered with him, and you gave him strength. You made it possible for him to right himself in what happened in our country and what happens as South Africa journeys into the future. This is an occasion to recognize some hard truths. Without the exposures by the media and the fight back mounted by Pravin and his formidable team at Treasury, his deputy Kibisi Jonas, Lungisa Fuzila, and Ismail Momaniat, and the SARS team, Ivan Pillay, Piet Richard, and Van Rochenberg. Without them, our beloved country could have become a banana republic governed by an autocratic regime adorned with the fig leaf of a hollowed-out democracy. The corrupt hurled everything at PG. Neither the actions of the captured public protector, SARS, SAPS, the NPA, and the power of the presidency to concoct fake intelligence to rubbish a person's identity. Neither that nor the abuse showered on him shook him. Pravin remained steadfast, but he found himself in a lonely place in the fight back against state capture within the ANC and the Alliance. A few, like Derek Hanekom, stood up. Some who shared this concern stayed silent. Others found rein to defend the indefensible. Such an unenviable place is not unknown in humanity's march to freedom. It inspired the Chilean poet Pablo Neruda to write, and I quote, "For my part and yours, we comply, we share our hopes and winters, and we have been wounded not only by mortal enemies, but by mortal friends, and that seemed all the more bitter." But that did not deter Pravin, for he was a man of steel, forged in the furnace of struggle against a lawless system whose world was defined by the color of one's skin. The public had a glimpse of his fearlessness on TV during an incident in Parliament. PG was on the podium. A group of those who believed that their red tin hats made them powerful rushed the platform. As the parliamentary security sought to intercept them, PG stared them down and urged the security, "Let them touch me." He knew that if the tin hats did that, not only would they have totally discredited themselves, but that there was a fair chance that in a democratic South Africa, they may well have found themselves in orange uniforms for violating the sanctity of our parliament. Putting his life was not a theoretical or abstract notion for PG. Early in 1989, while the SB hunted him, he received a message from a trusted comrade, Dr. Zubi Ahmed, who I'm glad is present here today. And she said that a member of the SB wanted to meet Pravin. Was this a trap? Or was the cop wanting to share some information with us? We decided that PG should keep the appointment. The hunted would try to become the hunters. PG unhesitatingly agreed, but he had one request. Could we provide him with a Makarov pistol? He was determined that if it was a trap, he would not go down without a fight. We denied him that request. We told him that an armed team would be unobtrusively positioned around the venue of the meeting, which was the home of Dr. Zubi and Professor Jerry Kovadi. We told him that they would be positioned to frustrate any attempt that the SB would make to arrest him. I share this incident today because that was Pravin, a human being fearful of a trap, but fearless in putting his life on the line. I say this with the full knowledge that PG was a human being vested with weaknesses and frailties like all of us. But let there be a debate about his actions. But let us ensure that such a debate is based on facts and evidence. We need that if our democracy is to flourish. Vigorous debate was the lifeblood of the ANC during the liberation struggle. It is also the essence of democracy. By 1970, it seemed that repression had silenced the people, that it was too hazardous to attempt to mobilize the masses. The late Mewa Ramgobin initiated the revival of the Natal Indian Congress, which had been immobilized but remained unbanned. The strikes in Durban Pinetown in 1973, the Soweto uprising of 76 widened that space. Soon after the mid-70s, funerals became the rallying point to mobilize people. The slogan of the day captured the moment. Don't mourn, mobilize. PG refined that idea to cultivate grassroots mobilization with the concept organize, conscientize, mobilize. I recall this concept because we are still grappling with bringing to book those involved in state capture and with the challenge of rooting out corruption in both public and private sectors. In order to succeed in this in removing this huge obstacle to creating a better life for all, imbued with the spirit that we are one people building one nation. We need, therefore, as Pravin would have it, that the ANC puts its house in order and renders itself fit for purpose. That that state institutions are capacitated, that the media continue to shine their searchlight, and that civil society flourishes and continues to enforce accountability and participatory democracy. So, organize, conscientize, mobilize, make democracy deliver. Hambagazi, Comrade Pravin, Hambagazi, Kawalamakala.
Thank you very much to Comrade Maharaj, our veteran. And I would like now to call another